Hi Oak Hill, I hope you're all doing well. Today I thought that we could do an activity kind of centered on Earth Day we just had recently. So all you're going to need today is some toilet paper, just the middle part, the rolls, some scissors, and a marker of some sort. And then I want to challenge you to use things that you already have around the house to decorate these animals that we're going to make today out of these toilet paper rolls. So part of Earth Day is maybe we can think about things that we want to do to help the Earth. Kind of like a New Year's resolution, but on Earth Day. So some ideas might be that you want to plant a garden this summer, or perhaps you want to use more of your reusable water bottle, so you're not using as many plastic water bottles, or even just something as simple as reusing this piece of cardboard before you throw it out. So today, the first thing we're going to start with, I already made one, but I'm going to show you how to do it, is just a little octopus. So technically, octopuses have 8 legs, so we'll try and cut 8 here. I cut 10. It's your octopus, so you can kind of make it however you want. So just the first step would be here is you're going to cut down the tentacles. It was easier to draw the circles on first and then cut, because when they're all frilly, it gets a little bit harder. The eyes, I just cut these out of regular white paper because I didn't have any googly eyes and I thought this would look cooler. So if you have some paint maybe or other materials that you want to use to decorate, maybe just some markers, really anything would work, it's up to you. So we start here, grab your marker or whatever material that you would like to use, and let's see. Let's start with the tentacles. So you're not going to want to make your tentacles too long, right? Because it has a face too. So I just put the smiley in there just to see, and let's see. So then you just cut straight up, and this flops in and out. So I'm going to keep going. Let's see. All right, let's give it a cut. All right, so I've cut them all out, and they can frill out, which is fun. They look kind of more fun, and they do get to go out like this. And then I already cut some. I just cut some little white circles out. I'm going to take my marker and draw a dot in the middle so it has an eye. And another one. Or you can just draw them right onto the cardboard too. That would look great. As always, it's up to you how you want to decorate it. It's your project. I'm just kind of showing you some starting instructions. Okay, a little bit of glue. And another one. All right, now we have 2 eyes and our tentacles. So we have an octopus there. Okay, and the next one I thought we would learn how to do today is going to be a fish. So here's the one that I did. I did 2 sides to this one, and I found some materials around my house that was kind of like a confetti, and I thought that it kind of reminded me of that book, The Rainbow Fish. I don't know if you've ever read that before, but I thought that this was a really cute way to kind of just use what we had and make something of it. Even I saw some pictures of them painted that looked really cool too. So before we go on ours, I just want you to take a look at the shapes. So here it has like a circular nose a little bit, and then I cut a triangle out here. So when we're cutting on this one, we're cutting through both sides. So straight through. Okay? So take your roll, kind of flatten a little bit, makes it a little bit easier. And I'm just going to draw on mine before I cut it, so I kind of know where to follow. So we're going to do a circular head to start with, right? And that's going to look something like that. And then we're just going to cut out 2 triangle shapes to make the tail. Kind of like those. Alright, so grab your scissors. So that's kind of how it looks. Kind of like a goldfish, which is kind of funny. Let's see. Over here. Alright, so that's kind of how we have there to start with. I'm going to make my tail a little bit more triangular. I don't really like the shape all the way. So you can just go back and cut some more. I like it a little bit more like that. That's fun. Let's see, I might make the head a little bit more circular too. Just around it. So you can always go back and cut more if you want to change the shape. And let's see what else we can put on there. So fish have some fins, and they have tails, right? So I'm going to just put some more details on here with my marker. And whatever you have around the house, if you wanted to paint it or even just use some colored pencils. What's fun is that you can do 2 different designs if you want. And you can have one side a whole different color than the other side. You had 2 different ideas that you wanted to try. Let's see, I'm going to give him a little fin over here. Kind of a little bit something like that, just to help him swim along. Let's see, I'll cut out another eyeball to put on there. So we have our little circular. A little bit of glue. All right. Let's see, I gave mine some eyelashes because they looked cute and a little smile on there. And so the other side's blank and you can do a whole different design if you want in there. You can have a whole different fish. Alright, so for the next one, this one's a little bit harder, but it's pretty fun. So for this one, we're going to make a sheep. So for this one, I have one that I just kind of colored in, and then I also had some cotton around the house that I put on there. So if you have some like cotton swabs or something like that that you would want to use, they're pretty cute. They stand up, I'll show you. Kind of like that, they stand up. These are 2 different heights. They're like little friends. Pretty cute. So I'll show you how to make that as well. Let's see. So you have another roll, and I already cut out, well I didn't cut it out, but I just traced out kind of the design. So when we're doing this, they have a circular head, and then they have their ear, and then it goes around and it has like the fluffy body that's supposed to kind of be their fur and some legs that you just cut out straight. And when you're cutting this, you're cutting through both sides. as well. So that's kind of the same thing we did with the fish, that when you start cutting, you just go through both sides. So I'm going to start with the head and see how that goes. So it's easy. Yeah, it's a lot easier if you draw on the toilet paper roll before you start cutting. All right. And so we're cutting through both sides. You can always go back once you cut it through here and kind of do some better details. All right, cutting around and around the back. The legs are straight down, which is pretty easy. Up. Around. All right, let's see. So this is kind of what it looks like right now. And you open it up. And the head actually folds over once you open it up. So you have the feature like that, and you can see where I kind of traced it out. So I'm just going to go ahead and, the head's a little bit big, I might just cut a little bit off of there. Let's see. So I just cut a little bit off, and he had a little bit smaller of a head. But let's see what we can do here. I'm going to put a little face on him. See if I have some more eyes I can use. Do some eyeballs. Just a little bit of glue is all we need, right? So it's fun if you just want to add some details on here. I'm just going to trace around with some more black so it looks like how it did on the other side. So he has a little face now, and he has his body and his legs. A nice design on here that you might want to do to kind of look like the wool. You might want to do some swirls on there. So I'll show you what that looks like a little bit. Just a couple of swirls for the wool. I gave mine a little tail in the back too, a little bushy tail, which is kind of cute. I found that they look really cute together because they can all stand up. I'll show you what they look like. Let me stand them up. Oh, I cut off his leg by accident. That's all right, we'll put a little bit of glue on there. Huh, where did that go? which is nice. You have some scraps. So I'll show you what to do with that. We'll just do something straight down. This might be it. We have our handy dandy glue, so we can fix that. So if you make a mistake or something like that, no worries. We can just go ahead and glue it back on. Maybe, because the head's a little bit tricky, how it folds over like that, you can, if you need to, you can just glue it on too. That's not a problem. So I just made another straight little thing like this and I put some glue on. I'm gonna glue that on. Oh, I made it a little too short. Cut another one out. So just measure what the other legs look like, kind of the same length, so that it'll be able to stand. That looks about right. A little bit more glue. And there we are. So now we have 3 sheep here, which look very cute. We have one that I put the cotton on before that looks like his wool. This is the one that we just did. With the eyes are a little bit different than this one. I drew on it. If you want to know what that just kind of looked like. So there we kind of have it. We have our animals that we did. We have the fish, right? We learned how to do that one. You can do either side. And we also have our octopuses, which are very cute. And there's fun that they can stand all by themselves. So the next step that you might want to think about is kind of like the habitats that these creatures might live in, and if you wanted to create something out of cardboard that you had, or maybe even just on a piece of paper, you wanted to do something like that, if you wanted to give them somewhere to live. That's another fun step you could do. So thank you for joining me in this activity, and I hope that it made you think about materials in the house that you already have that you can reuse in a different way. So I hope that you celebrated Earth Day and you said thanks to the earth for giving us everything that we have, and you can think about ways maybe to be a little bit more sustainable and reuse something maybe more than once instead of just throwing it away. So enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys in a bit.